Welcome everybody to the Motivate Podcast Show. I'm your host, Rich Wall Street Williams, and on the Motivate Podcast Show, we always say less, but we definitely want to believe for more. Want to continue on with our conversation on our performance is a prophecy of the way that we practice. Our performance, our performance is a prophecy of the way that we practice. So and this is stemming from having progressing in life, right? I played a lot of sports growing up, primarily basketball, and I remember, for example, high school, my senior year in basketball, we wanted to make it to the district playoff. So there was a certain level of anticipation, a certain level in terms of work ethic at practice that we didn't embrace before. We decided as a group of seniors that we wanted to make, and I played for a team that historically wasn't a winning team, right? And so we made a decision as a group of seniors. Hey guys, listen. First of all, we're gonna set the bar. We're gonna we're gonna set the bar high. We're gonna say we're going to be no less than 500 this year, right? 500 win. That means we're going to win at least half or more of our games, qualify to get into the playoffs, etc. And so there was a certain expectation at practice, right? So we came to practice differently. We typically would hang out and talk and then, but these practices were different because we all made a decision. We all said in our hearts, we said in our mind, we said out loud with our mouth, and we made a commitment to one another that we're going to come together. And we're going to practice, and we were so intentional about it that even outside of practice, we got together. On Saturdays, we play basketball together. On the weekends, we play basketball together outside of school because we made a decision that we wanted to go to a certain level. And so we understood that if we practice right, our performance would be right. If we practice seriously, our performance would be serious. If we practice like we were a winning team, our performance would be like a winning team. I never forget one year we played against a team, and the team had a 6'8" center. Now I was a power forward, and I could step in as a small center. I'm 6'1". This guy had 7-8 inches on me. Probably had more than 40 or 50 pounds on me. At the time when I played basketball, I was 6'1", about 165, 170 pounds. That's pretty thin if you think about it. And so I made a decision in my mind. I know the last time we played this guy scored like 30 some points on us. I said, not today, not today. It was a mindset. So in practice leading up to that game, when we knew we were going to guard this 6'8" dude who got invitations to play at the Division 1 level, right? That me and another guy said our assignment was anytime this guy got the ball, we were going to harass him. We made it. We did it in practice, and when game time came, we limited him to under 20 points. Under 20 points. That doesn't sound like a lot, right? But the point I'm trying to make is that this progress that we want to see in life, it happens on the practice floor and not on the game floor. The practice floor is what I do when you're not looking. The game floor is what you see when I leave my house. The practice floor is how I talk to my wife. The game floor is what you see in public. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to understand that this progress that we want, it's done in practice. Here's a thought I shared last week as it relates to progress. Progress means forward or onward movement towards a destination. Forward or onward movement towards a destination. Progress is development. Progress is advance. It's advancement. It is making headway. We got to have progress. See, now understand this, that just because there's opposition doesn't necessarily mean we're not having progress. At the same token, the same thought, just because you have movement doesn't necessarily mean you're productive, right? So we got to understand that this progress is positive. If you got a B on your last test, but you get a B plus on this one, that's progress. Slow movement is better than no movement at all. Slow movement is better than no movement at all. So you got to have this movement, you got to have progress. But understand, friend, and I'm going to keep saying this over and over throughout our discussions on this performance is a prophecy of the way that we practice. There's far more attention and weight given to how a person perform than it does the way that they practice. See, my background is sales, real estate sales, business development, coaching. That's what I've done. As a matter of fact, my mission in life is to impact the lives of a million sales professional, entrepreneur, small business owners. That's my mission. That's what I'm passionate about. And so when it came to training, whenever I was teaching a group of salespeople a script, and I would hand them the script, and then I would say the script out loud, and I would walk them through the script. I would tell them, now listen, I want you to say the script exactly the way that I give it to you. Right now, I don't want you to improvise. Right now, I don't want you to make it your script. I want you to read it exactly the way it is on the paper. So I was very specific about the training, right? Education without application is worse than having no education at all. So I was very specific about the training. Why? Because I know that if you train right, you're going to perform right. People say to me, Rich, how do you beat the competition? I laugh because you don't beat the competition. How do you beat someone that has access to the same tools that you have? If you're a sales professional or you're selling real estate, think about this. Does your competition have access to the website? Say to a website, say yes. Does the competition have access to tools? Say yes. Does the competition have access to social media? Say yes. Does the competition have access to videos, high 4K, HK videos? Say yes. So how do I beat someone that has access to the same tools that I have access to? Here's how you beat them: is you outperform them. See, I'm not interested in beating you. I'm interested in being the best version of myself. Because if I can be the best version of myself, I am unstoppable. You are unstoppable. It's me versus me and not them. Does that make sense, right? So a prophecy is nothing more than a prediction of something to come. See, if you show up to practice with a lazy attitude, you're going to perform with a lazy attitude because performance is a prophecy of the way that we practice. Performance is a prophecy of the way that we practice. So show me your habit, and friend, I can predict your future. Show me your practice, and I can predict your future. Show me the books that you read, and I can predict your future. Show me the people that you hang around with, and I can predict your future. Pastor Mike, the senior pastor of Spirit of Faith Christian Center. Listen, if you're anywhere in the DC metro area, if you're within a 300-mile radius of the DC metro area, friend, I want to personally invite you to come visit our church, Spirit of Faith Christian Center. Pastor Mike says frequently, he says often, he reminds us often that you got to hang with people that have your answers and you have to get away from people that have your problems. Listen, so this idea of having progress in life, if you are committed to having progress, with that commitment comes a desire, a behavior, an attitude um, for practice. You have to appreciate. No, no. Let me say it a different way. I was going to say you have to appreciate your practice. No, you got to love doing the thing that you don't want to do so that you can enjoy the thing that you want to do. Right. So I got to fall in love with practice, building that discipline. I got to fall in love with practice so that I can appreciate the value of performance. I'm Rich Wall Street Williams at the Motivate podcast show. Remember at the Motivate podcast show, we always say less, but we definitely believe for more. Let's get it.